What's up, everybody? I am your broke ass Reefer. Today we're going to talk about changing the filters on your RODI system. I got a lot of water to make, and I've got some that are dirty and need changing. I'll show you how to change the simple cartridge ones. I'll also show you how to change the resin in the cartridges and how you can save a lot of money. I'm going to have a couple broke ass Reefer tips and a couple funnies. Check it out. Okay, we're behind the 75 bar tank in my new saltwater mixing station. Good time to remind you to like and subscribe. Check out the old videos, see where we're at. Everything I do here, I do myself, all DIY. And it's been a project. I'm about 3 years into it and have easily a decade to go. So today we need to make some water. Sediment filter needs to be changed. You can see it's very brown. New one is brand new white. And then of course we have our membrane and our 2 carbon filters. And we have our DI filters. You can buy these by the cartridge. They're like $30. Or you can buy from Bulk Reef Supply in the packets. It's $15. First budget tip, half the price. I'm going to show you how to change these out today. Super simple. And speaking of the new saltwater mixing station, another budget tip. I've got this DC pump, Jebao, Jebao, Chinese, and it's $100 off of Amazon. Pump 6,500 gallons an hour. It'll move. I got 200-gallon tanks here. Dropping crap already. And this will move that water into my 18 feet of Reefer Madness. Only $100. Another budget tip. Very cheap for the amount of water it moves, and they're reasonably reliable, and it is adjustable. So that's always awesome. Okay, let's change some filters. Your RODI system will come with one of these handy little wrenches. We're going to start with the sediment filter. We always have our handy bucket around. You can. This is an old fish food bucket. I sometimes feed the fish out in the canal. That's like my 4th fish tank. We'll check that out soon. Or you just get them for a couple bucks. And we're going to take this wrench here. You'll notice the pond liner, the scraps that I put up. Again, check out some of the old videos. Counterclockwise turn. I'll get the bucket underneath because there's always spills. That's why I've got pond liner everywhere. There goes the water. And you pull that dirty sucker out. Throw it in your trash bucket. I like to empty the water. Almost dropped the bucket. That would have been good. I'm always dropping crap. Alright, see if I can keep my fat belly off of it. Alright, and then you just drop it down in the center. It's going to center up. There's a little ring up in here. You'll see it if you have one. And there's also a little ring down on the bottom of the cartridge here. You set that on there, and you just twist it up. Kind of let it get centered. And watch that your filter gets centered up in that ring. This one is. Get it hand tight. Get your handy little wrench. This time we're going righty-tighty. And just a little bit. You just want to get it snug. Don't want to over-torque it. Alright. Simple. One down, one to go. Now we've got the carbons. They're okay. This one's a little darker than this one, but still clean. I do the membrane about every 6 months. You probably only need to do it about most people anyways, I don't mean you, every year or so is fine. I make a lot of water here. I use it for other things around the house. Here's our DI resins. This one I've already changed, so I know it's fresh, but this one here is pretty fresh too. Usually I'll rotate them, I'll move them forward. Just like with this carbon, when this one's done, I'll get a new carbon, I'll put it here and move this one forward in the system. And then I get the most that I can out of each one. Another budget tip right there. Alright, so we're going to take this one off because we're going to move it over. I'll just set that over here. This one, hand tight, it's good. Alright, this one's going to have water, so I want to get my bucket up under it. It's not bad. Alright, now you see you have these cartridges. These cartridges are $30. Again. And this is only $15. So, to empty this, it's got a little screw on the screw cap on the bottom. You just unscrew it. And now you're going to have two sponges. You have an O-ring sponge, which goes on the very top there. And then you're going to have a flat sponge, well, round but flat, which goes and holds all your DI resin. Now, this is color changing resin. You'll see it's a lot oranger than, say, this one or, well, or this one. You can see the color difference. It's how you know that it's spent and it's time to change it. So we can just take this with our handy bucket and just dump that sucker out. There'll be another ring right there down in the bottom. We'll just leave that there. I keep a little RODI water handy. It's a nice fresh. You'll notice, look, it's a kid's Kool-Aid container. You know, that's another budget tip. Grab the kids' Kool-Aid container. Greedy little bastards. Let them drink water. That's all I'm saying. And then we can kind of just rinse this out. Alright, yeah. Nice and clean. Put this back over here. I also would like to clean, if the sponges, little sponges are dirty, rinse those off and give them a squeeze. Alright, it's time to refill it. The wife's scissors, another budget tip. Take the wife's scissors, claim them for your own. And we got our resin open. We just take our thing, we just pour it right in there. Okay, whoa, we got a little bit too much, see it coming up on the top. We still got to get the sponges back on there. That's a nice thing about these from Bulk Reef Supply. There's always more than you need in there. So, of course it's gone now, but I have a plastic bag, little Ziploc bag labeled DI resin that I will put this in and I can save it. I've got 2 of them now and that's almost enough for another refill. So I really get like almost 3 out of 2. So another budget tip. Okay, now we take our sponges. You take your flat one first to pack it down. Make sure it's nice and tight in there. Maybe give it a couple taps. Let it settle in. Now we got our ring. Put that on the top there. And we'll take the top, screw it back on. Yeah, there's a lot of little grimy stuff. I hear grinding. So I'm going to take a little bit of this RODI water and just rinse off the threads here. Make sure that's clean before I put them in, as well as the top. I think there's some in here as well. And then you just screw the top back on. Again, that was the bottom that I'm sorry, I said screw the top back on. It was actually the bottom. The bottom has a little hole there. Lines up with a little hole in the bottom there. Or a little post in the bottom there. Oh, don't drop it so hard like that. You might crack the plastic. And then you'll be wishing you had some pond liner because your house will flood. Check out, I've flooded a few times. I've only got one on video. But worth checking out. Alright, so this is again a new one. We're going to put it right here. Again, getting the hole to line up with the hole in the bottom here. Oh, see, it bounces around a little bit. Best not to be drinking or anything like that. We have important things to do, right? Alright. And one more. Line. Oh. Make sure it lines up. I don't think that one's lining up. Again, always rotating them forward. Give them a good tight twist. Alright, now we're ready to rock and roll, mix some fresh water. That's how the broke ass Reefer does it.